Brooke Dykes. Parents, Sean and Tony Dykes. Brooke plays wing position. Her favorite soccer memory is being able to play soccer and make memories with my little sister for the past 2 years. She's played at Lake Wells High School all 4 years. Her most embarrassing moment is easily the time I picked the ball up for a throw-in and I got called for a handball even though the ball was definitely out of bounds. Other sports played at Lake Wells High School are volleyball and lacrosse. Her favorite quote or scripture is, "Let your light shine so bright that others can't help but stop and wonder what they're missing." Her advice for team and teammates: enjoy every minute of your time on the field instead of thinking of what's coming in the future, or you will miss many great memories because the time really, really does fly by. Next, we have number 6, Olivia Waterman. Parents, Emmy Waterman and Joshua Burns. She plays defensive midfielder or defender. And she loves eating with the team before an away game or taking pictures with the seniors, and especially Chanley's boot. She played Lake Wells High School all 4 years. Her favorite memory was in my sophomore year. We were playing an away game in the rain, and while running, I slipped and fell in a giant mud puddle within the first 5 minutes of the game. Most embarrassing. Other sports she plays is varsity lacrosse, and her favorite quote or scripture is, "And the greatest of these is love," Corinthians 13:13. And advice for her teammates: no matter what the score is, if you play with your heart, you'll always be winning. Just have fun. Now, number 8, Alicia Kranen. Parents, April and James, and her grandpa Edward and brother Joseph. She plays center mid. Her favorite soccer memory was making it to regional finals. She played all 4 years at Lake Wells High School. Her most embarrassing moment: the time I was running as fast as I could backwards before a goalkeeper punt, and I tripped in a sand hole in the middle of the field. I got sand everywhere. Other sports played at the high school are swim and lacrosse. Her favorite quote or scripture: it is every man's obligation to put back into the world at least the equivalent of what he takes out of it, Albert Einstein. Advice for her team and teammates: my advice comes from the words of the great meatloafing loving man that is Coach Mike. Learn to calm the monkeys in the trees of your brain. It may seem ridiculous to sit down before a game with your eyes closed, imagining a forest. Trust me, I've been there plenty of times. A player once asked me if I ever get nervous before a game. The honest answer is yes, all the time. I learned very quickly that how we deal with the pressure affects how we play the game. If we would just take a moment to collect ourselves, we would realize that this is just another game, another moment to add to our collection of experiences. My advice to you all is to take the moment to calm the monkeys before your next penalty. Keep ice water in your veins when the ball is at your feet. Remain calm under pressure even when you feel as if the world's going to crush you. And remind yourself that no one can beat you except yourself. I have seen greatness in each of you, and I pray that you cultivate it into something beautiful for the world to see. I love you all. And in her words, and as always, let's get this. Easy clap, boys. Love that girl. Now, number 36, Deanna Nicholas. Parent Raphael Nicholas and her mom Jerry Nicholas, watching down on her, who's also walking with them tonight. She plays wing position. Her favorite memory is riding with my friends, Monse and Julissa, to the games and overeating before the games. Her most embarrassing moment is pretty much falling during every game. Future plans is to go into the business management field, and her favorite quote is stay positive, test negative. Advice for team in the future: don't be like me and never drink water until the game. Stay hydrated and pee clear. Now the double threat. Morgan and Bailey Lightsey. Morgan Lightsey, number 15, Bailey Lightsey, number 16. Morgan plays defense position, and so does Bailey, defense. Their parents are Clint and Jessica Lightsey. We'll start with Morgan, and her most memorable moments is being able to play with my sisters. And she played at the high school for all 4 years. Her worst soccer moment was when she actually got a concussion. I agree, that's terrible. Sports played at the high school also are lacrosse, and her favorite scripture: nobody cares what you did yesterday. What matters is what you've done today to better yourself. Joshua 1:9. And her advice for her teammates: be thankful for the game we play, because sometimes you will never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory. Bailey Lightsey, her favorite soccer memory: when I was finally able to juggle past 400. Wow. Her years played at the high school are all 4 years, and her most embarrassing moment is when I got blue carded at the game versus George Jenkins. She also plays lacrosse for the high school, and her favorite quote or scripture is Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Or whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Henry Ford. Advice for her teammates: you can't lose confidence in yourself, or you've lost already. When you get knocked down, you've got to keep on getting back up. I know that no matter what happens, there's a plan for it. And even though we don't always understand it all, the way things happen the way they do, just know that they are all a part in God's eternal plan for our lives. Even if it doesn't turn out the way we hoped, it will be disappointing, but that's all right, because God never stops loving me or you. God bless. Congrats to these Lake Wales High School varsity soccer girls for a great, great season. Best wishes for your future.
Guys. 1, 2, 3. We